Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you would like to know the price, simply click on the link in the description below. If you enjoy our videos, we'd greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 36 reference 126233 white Roman on Oyster Bracelet. I'm going to talk to you guys about the case, the bezel, the dial, the bracelet, the movement, try it on, and give you my thoughts. So let's dive right in. As I told you at the very beginning, this watch is 36 millimeters. Now they make Datejusts in 28, 31, 36, and 41 actually. So this watch being a 36 can be either worn by a man with a small wrist or a woman who likes to wear larger watches. I've seen it go both ways, so it really depends. It's a very versatile size. 36 is from my thumb to my index finger in millimeters. So it's a perfect size for both men and women. Sometimes men and women actually exchange watches, as in they like to wear each other's watches. I've seen that, and a lot of people like to do that. So anyhow, this being the 36 millimeter, you can certainly do that. As opposed to if a man was wearing a 41, they would not be able to switch with a woman because that's generally too large for women. And likewise, if a woman was wearing 31, that's a little too small for men. So at any rate, this one is 36, and that's what it is. Now, Rolex calls this material yellow Rolesor. What does that mean? It's a combination of both oyster steel and 18 karat yellow gold. You might be asking yourself, what part? Well, I'm going to tell you. The case, which is this part right here, which houses the movement and all the internals, is made of stainless steel. In fact, it's made of 904L steel, which is the hardest steel, and it's very anti-corrosive. Now, which part is 18 karat yellow gold? That would be this bezel right here, as well as the bracelet right there. And that gives it the two-tone or Rolesor or combination of yellow gold and stainless steel, which also is part of the reason why the watch is so expensive. At least at the moment, the retail is around $11,000. Of course, you can buy it at jazztime.com for much less, so click on the link in the description below. Now, moving on, let's talk about the bezel. The bezel, they make this bezel in two different configurations, in both domed and fluted bezel. Now, this is, as you see, fluted, that has these little serrated edges or knife edge or coin edge. Now, it's the most iconic part of Rolex. If anybody has this bezel, actually only Rolex has this bezel, if anyone's wearing this watch and they see this bezel, which I'm trying to show you here in the video, it's iconic. It's unmistakably Rolex. Yeah. But they used to, just funny, interesting fact is that this bezel used to be used, you put it here, you screw it down so that the crystal and the case and the gasket in between are sandwiched in, and it keeps the watch watertight. Well, that used to be how they did it in the old days. They don't need the bezel to keep it watertight anymore, so it's just for aesthetics. But oh, what great aesthetics it gives. Now, I was talking to you about the case earlier. I want to turn the case like this so you could see. Now, Rolex, this is the new Datejust 36. Now, they used to make an old Datejust 36, which is reference 116233. This is reference 126233. It's off by one digit. What you'll notice differently is that the lugs, which is what connects the bracelet to the case of the watch, is thinner. Now, I don't have one to show you here, but I do have one in our other YouTube videos. If you simply go to Jazz Time YouTube video and type in new Datejust 36 versus old, you can see the comparison video. I can't go to it in this video, but anyways, that's what it is. I think that makes the case look much more streamlined, much more efficient, much more with the times, doesn't look so clunky, and to me it just looks like a better watch. And you know, Rolex spends millions of dollars researching it and figuring out what the best configuration is, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they got it right with their millions and millions of dollars. Okay, now let's move on to the dial. The dial is white as you see, and it has Roman numerals. Now, they make this configuration with white Roman numerals, which is what you see here, or they make it in index. Now, you might be asking yourself which one you should get. Well, it kind of depends on practicality. The Roman, in my opinion, looks a little bit better, but it's not as practical, as in you can't see it at night. So there's no luminescence on this. This is what it looks like at night, which is basically nothing. However, the index will luminesce at night. Now, I don't have an index here to show you, but if you want, you could go to jazztime.com and take a look. The index does show up at nighttime, which is a benefit, because if you want to see your watch at night, or you wear your watch at night, that would be a benefit. Now, if you don't care about that, that's fine. That's no big deal. Then, get whatever dial configuration you like. All right? Now, as I said earlier, it has a date function. Okay, let's move on here. Let's talk about the movement. Okay, the movement is a 3235. It has a precision of plus minus 2 seconds a day, a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, power reserve 70 hours, a bidirectional self-winding rotor, blah, 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 blah. Who really cares? You want to know what the difference is. Well, the old Datejust 36 had a 3135, which was less precise and had a lower power reserve. This one is more precise and it lasts longer. Basically, that's what you need to know. Now, I've seen these things with a loop, and I've seen them side by side, and I can tell you that the new movement in this watch is much better. It looks much better, and it is better. It's after years of trial and error that Rolex has come out with a new movement. Now, you might be wondering, well, why would I care what the movement is? Well, let me ask you, do you care what kind of engine you have? Do you care if you have a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder? Well, if your answer to that is no, well, then you probably don't care what the movement looks like. But if your answer is yes, then you probably care what the movement is like. So that's really up to you. We sell both of them. If you want to buy the old one, go to jazztime.com. If you want to buy the new one, go to jazztime.com. We make this video so customers like you who are sitting at home can choose the right watch for yourselves. So don't watch my video and go buy it from someone else. That would defeat the purpose of me sitting here on Saturday trying to sell you this watch. Okay, now let's talk about the bracelet here. It's a Oyster flat 3-piece link. Rolex call it yellow Rolesaur again, which is basically just a combination of stainless steel and yellow gold. Now, which part is yellow gold? It's the center strip right here, and it's also high polished, and the outer links are stainless steel brushed, and it as you see here. Okay, now let's talk about the clasp. The clasp is a folding Oyster clasp. That's how you close it, with an Easy Link 5mm comfort extension. Now, what exactly is that? Well, you pull it out like that, and it extends another 5mm. Okay, great. So I've told you I would try it on and give you my thoughts. And here are my thoughts. So I think people really overlook the 36mm. Why? Because people think bigger is better. Well, bigger could be better in some cases, but for watch, I'm not sure about that. And what do I mean by that? Well, in my experience from having sold thousands of watches, I find that customers keep their watches that are most comfortable. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, if the watch is too big or too cumbersome or doesn't fit your hand properly, people tend not to want to keep it, and they end up wanting to sell it. The watches that get the most wrist time and people love and cherish and wear for years and years and years are the watches that fit the most. And if you ask me, I'm an average man with above average intelligence and superior looks, of course, but this watch is 36 and it fits my wrists just fine. So if I were a man, I would also consider the 36 if I don't really like a gigantic 41mm on my wrist. Now, if you're a bigger guy, of course 41 fits. Now, if you're a woman, I would say if you only get 36 if you want a larger watch. If you want a watch that actually fits your wrist, most women can wear a 31mm. So those are my thoughts, and I guess I should say something about the watch itself. I think it's obviously a very great watch. I think for the price point, we're talking like around $10,000 or so, at least as of 2020. It's quite a good buy. I mean, you get gold, you get the fluted bezel, you get the Rolex. I mean, you get the whole everything really. For around $10,000, I think it's a pretty good deal. If you want to buy this watch, please go to jazztime.com, do yourself a favor, and do us a favor. We make these videos so that we can make money. Thanks.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.